You know, I'm not so sure this whole dinner thing is going to bring Luis any closer to Sheridan.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, everything is going my way. Ethan and I had a wonderful date at the arcade. And then he went over to Sheridan's to tell Luis about us. So all I need now is for Luis and Sheridan to fall in love.
Right. Nothing to it, right?
And if they get together, it'll be great. I mean, Sheridan will totally be on my side. She and Ethan are very close. So if she tells Ethan that he should marry me, well, he'll listen to her. And if Luis is in love with a Crane, then he won't have any objections to his sister marrying one.
You know, there are a whole lot of ifs in there. I mean, if Luis loves Sheridan, if Sheridan tells Ethan to go ahead and marry you, I mean, if Sheridan loves Luis, come on, it's all still up in the air. There are a whole lot of things that could keep you and Ethan apart.
I want our family to destroy Sam Bennett and Luis Lopez Fitzgerald.
Justice will be done.
Sheridan would still be alive if they would have protected her from the drug cartel.
Those responsible will pay, rest assured.
Don't worry, Ethan. Your grandfather and I will make sure that Sheridan's death doesn't go unavenged.
Sam Bennett must be broken.
Keep it together, Ivy. You say anything, you may give away your own secret.
I can't let Ethan hate his own father. Darling, I know how upset you are about all of this, but you're wrong about Sam.
Huh? You're defending Sam Bennett. Why?
Yes. What's that all about, Ivy?
Hank killed Sheridan. Luis, what the hell are you talking about?
No!
What are you saying, Luis?
It was you, Hank. You did it. You're the one who killed Sheridan.
Killed Sheridan? What are you talking about? Where was she? No, it can't be.
No, you did it, Hank. You did it. You're the one who killed her.
Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.
You know, when Ethan tells Luis that you two are dating, he is going to go postal. You know that.
Okay, maybe at first, but
No. He's going to do everything he can to separate you and Ethan. He might even send you away, Teresa.
Whitney.
And you can forget about standing up at the altar with Ethan. You might not even ever see him again.
You are so wrong about this.
You're that sure that Luis is going to be okay with this?
Well, yeah.
No, you're not. You're nervous, Teresa. I can tell.
Okay. I am. But I'm used to obstacles being put in our path. And I know, no matter what, Ethan and I will find a way to be together for the rest of our lives.
I hope you're right.
I can see it now. Ethan and I in a double wedding with Luis and Sheridan. I owe my happiness to you, Sheridan.
Oh, no, Teresa.
Yes, it's true. If you hadn't fallen in love with Luis, if you hadn't told Ethan that he should marry me, if Luis hadn't fallen in love with you.
All those ifs, and they're all coming true. This is the happiest day of my life.
It's what I've always dreamed of. Being Mrs. Ethan Crane. And you being Mrs. Luis Lopez Fitzgerald. Well, that makes it even more perfect.
We're sisters.
I'll tell you, man. If anyone would have told me a year ago I'd be standing here with Ethan Crane, I'd have told you were crazy. Yeah. Have any regrets? Not a one. Neither have I.
Dearly beloved,
So tell us, Ivy, why are you so concerned about Sam Bennett's reputation?
It's Ivy. Sam Bennett. I don't believe this.
Yes, Ivy. Tell Alistair and Ethan what Chief Sam means to you.
Ivy?
Sam Bennett means nothing to me. I simply wanted to set the record straight.
Record?
Luis was Sheridan's bodyguard. It's his fault she's dead. Sam had nothing to do with it.
Sam had everything to do with it. Look, he's as responsible as Luis is. Look, I tried time and time again to persuade Chief Bennett to assign more officers to protect her.
And Bennett refused.
He said she couldn't be in better hands, thoroughly protected by Luis.
A miscalculation with tragic consequences.
Sheridan's blood is on Sam Bennett's hands.
No, that simply isn't true.
Sheridan's death has upset your mother terribly. I'll talk to her. Come along, dear. For someone who insists I was hallucinating by seeing you and Sam together, you leap to his defense at every possible moment. With great passion, I might add. Why is that, darling?
Let him go, Luis. Let him go! I should rip your head off. Cut him loose. You stay over here. Are you cool? Calm down. Calm down. Now, it is insane to think that Hank killed Sheridan.
Yeah, it's nuts. I didn't, I swear.
I'm not saying that you actually took out a gun and shot her, but you might as well have.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that the minute that you left her alone, you signed her death certificate. You let those drug-dealing bastards get to her. And I trusted you with her life, Hank.
I know.
Now, I would have never gone to Washington or even so much as walked out that door if I didn't think. I was wrong. Now, Sheridan's.
Luis.
You betrayed me, Hank. You betrayed Sheridan.
Take it easy, Luis.
Now, what the hell happened? You were supposed to be guarding her all night. Now, why did you leave her alone? Why did you leave her?
I'll tell you everything that happened, okay? Why Sheridan's... Gosh, this is all my fault.
Tell me, Hank. Tell me, I want to know exactly what happened.
I'm right, aren't I? You and Sam Bennett are lovers. That's your secret.
You couldn't be more wrong, Julian.
Really? Then why are you so quick to defend him?
As usual, Julian, you're being ridiculous. But then that's hardly a first. If you need proof, I'll get you proof. Eve, would you mind coming here a moment? Would you please tell Julian once and for all that this ridiculous notion of the cave and the magical mirror is nothing but an hallucination?
Well, Julian, you were overcome by the noxious gases in the mine shaft. They caused you to imagine all those things.
All very smoothly explained away, a bit too smoothly, I'm inclined to think. You see, something's going on here. I'm not sure what, but why are you so hell-bent on setting the record straight for Sam Bennett?
Well, if you weren't such a self-centered person, perhaps you would see it immediately. It's Ethan. He's grieving now for his aunt, but he has a future. And that's what I'm focused on.
Well, what on earth does Sam Bennett have to do with Ethan's future?
Just think about it, Julian. If Ethan is going to have a political career, then denigrating the police department and criticizing Sam Bennett personally is not going to help him. The Bennett family can trace their roots back to the founding of Harmony.
Well, I can trace my family's roots back to the time of William the Conqueror.
Oh, well, that is hardly important. What is relevant is that the Cranes stole the Bennett land during the Depression, a fact that more than a few people would like to revisit if Ethan keeps attacking Sam.
Stole their land.
Yes, well, I'm sure they made it appear all above board. But everyone knows what really happened. My point is that Sam is a respected member of the community, and the town will rally to his defense, knowing he had nothing to do with Sheridan's death. And Ethan, in his grief, could make a disastrous mistake that could ruin his future. And the bottom line is I have to protect my son.
He's my son, too.
We're all grieving, Ethan. But now more than ever, you must remember you're a Crane.
What do you mean, grandfather? What do you want me to do?
At times like this, it's important to be with someone who is truly right for you.
It is just a matter of time before Ethan realizes he loves you so much more than he loves Teresa.
I wish I could be as sure of that as you are, Mother.
Did he or did he not show up at the basketball game?
We had a lovely time.
Of course you did. Things are really going your way, Gwen.
But when the game was over, instead of going out with Shannon and Robert and me for a drink, Ethan left.
He left?
He said goodnight and took off back to Teresa's.
I have to huddle with the Cranes, come up with a plan to keep Ethan away from Teresa for good.
I now pronounce you man and wife. Or is it men and wives? In any event, you may now kiss the brides.
I love you, Mrs. Lopez Fitzgerald.
And I will love you with all of my heart for the rest of my life. Nothing can separate us now.
Hi, Miss Lopez Fitzgerald. What in the world is going on?
Mama, I think you should prepare yourself for a double wedding.
Hank, what do you mean it's your fault? Well, if I hadn't left Sheridan alone, she'd still be alive.
But you did.
Well, she wanted some ice cream. You know, and I told her no. I said I couldn't leave her alone, but she said it would only take 5 minutes, so I...
You left?
Well, she said she'd be fine. She said she'd call Crane Security to come take over while I was gone. You know, I argued with her, Sam, I did. You know, but she said that it was ridiculous, that I was worrying about her, and that even the FBI said that the drug cartel was no longer a threat, that they were just about to officially close the case, and that she didn't even need a bodyguard.
So she talked to you into leaving her alone? She twisted your arm. Is that what you're saying?
I swear. But you're right about one thing, Elise. What you said about me betraying Sheridan. It's true. I'm just as guilty as the scum that pulled the trigger. It should be me under the sheet, not her.
Okay. Don't blame yourself, all right? It wasn't your fault. There's nothing we can do that's gonna bring back Sheridan. Sorry, I must have hit the on button. That's our song. Sheridan's mine.
I imagine your lips on mine, and it takes my breath away. I imagine what it would feel like to be the one.
Ethan has every right to hate Sam Bennett for not giving Sheridan enough protection.
I'm not going to discuss this with you, Joe.
All right, be warned, Ivy, but if you keep defending Sam, you'll lose Ethan forever.
Oh, we'll see.
Because Ethan is a Crane by blood and education, and we Cranes do not let these things go unavenged. Ethan will rain destruction upon those involved in Sheridan's murder.
Ends up hating his real father. It will break my heart, Eve. I have to find some way to patch things up between Sam and Ethan.
You seem so much more upset about Ethan's future than you do about Sheridan's murder.
That's not true. I loved Sheridan. And I'm not heartless like Julian. I am terribly upset about Sheridan's death, and it could totally destroy Ethan and Sam's relationship.
You're right, Ivy. You're not heartless. Just as cold as steel.
Had Sheridan taken my advice, she might still be alive.
I warned her, told her not to get involved with Lopez Fitzgerald, but would she listen to her father?
And her father and I loved Sheridan so much. We only wanted what was best for her. Tried to make her realize she wouldn't be happy with someone who wasn't of her class. It would only lead to heartache,
But it led to something far worse.
Yes. If she hadn't become enamored of Luis, she might still be with us.
I'm gonna check on Mother, see how she's holding up.
Quite bravely, I assure you.
Julian.
He's gone, Father.
Good. Now we have to move fast. I want you to make a phone call. It could give us everything we want for Ethan.
A special dinner?
Well, a romantic dinner to bring Sheridan and Luis closer.
And I suppose you're hoping that Sheridan will become your ally and help you get Ethan?
Well, what's wrong with that, Mama?
Teresa, I've told you before, stay out of your brother's life.
I just want to help everyone.
I think I'm gonna go in here and call about my tennis schedule.
Teresita, look. It is just as dangerous for Luis to be involved with Sheridan as it is for you to be with Ethan. The Cranes will never allow a Lopez Fitzgerald to marry into their family. I know what you're thinking, but you can never tell Ethan that he's Sam Bennett's son.
Turn it off, Artie. No. You let it play.
Bastard, you're the reason that she's gone. Luis! I'll kill you. Luis! Luis, kill you, Luis!
Sheridan is dead, Rebecca.
What?
Killed by the drug cartel.
No. What is it, Mother? Did something happen to Ethan?
No. No, not Ethan.
Thank God.
Naturally, we're all very upset here.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Ethan is taking his aunt's death particularly hard.
Well, he must be beside himself.
He needs your daughter, Rebecca.
Yes.
Gwen's got to be here for him now.
Oh, she will be.
And Sheridan's death could give us the edge we need to drive Ethan straight back into Gwen's arms. You do understand what I'm telling you, don't you, Rebecca?
Oh, yes, Julian. I know exactly what Gwen has to do.
Mother, it's okay. We're gonna make it through this somehow.
Oh, it's you I'm worried about, darling. Please, please don't let grief muddy your thinking.
About what?
It's tragic what happened, but we're all just going to have to move on, as hard as that's going to be.
Mother, if you're worried about my possible future in politics, don't be. That's on hold.
What?
Everything is on hold until I avenge Sheridan's death.
No, Ethan.
Look, if I have to take on the entire Harmony Police Department, as well as Sam Bennett, so be it.
Please don't rush to judgment, Ethan. You've had a terrible shock tonight.
Your mother's right, Ethan. I think that you should relax, and I'm going to leave you some sedatives.
Look, that is the last thing I need right now. I have work to do. There are people out there who are responsible for Sheridan's death, and I will not rest until they pay for what they've done.
Please, Ethan, don't let hatred destroy everything.
Rage is the only thing that's going to get me through this.
Your reaction is decidedly different from your father and grandfather's, Ethan.
What do you mean?
Well, neither one of them seems to need a grief counselor. I have to get back to the cottage.
I'll go with you.
No, Ethan. I'm sorry, but there's nothing else you can do for Sheridan now.
Your mom's right. You stay here and relax, Ethan.
Mother, what's she said just now about father and grandfather?
Yes.
It's times like this that I think maybe I'm not a Crane.
Ethan can't know he's Sam's son. Now, you must not tell him, Teresa, or anyone else.
Mama, you keep saying that.
Because if this secret ever got out, I don't even want to think about it.
To keep a secret that long is very difficult.
Ivy thinks that her husband will never find out, but I'm afraid he will.
Well, how can he if you and I and Mrs. Crane are the only ones who know?
Because Mr. Crane has always been suspicious of Ivy. And now he's convinced she has a secret. Now, if he heard the slightest hint of Ivy's past with Sam, he'd probably hire private detectives to uncover it. He'd most likely disown Ethan and throw Ivy out. Teresa, if you feel about Ethan the way you say you do...
Mama, I love Ethan more than I can say.
Then promise me again that you will never tell him he's not a Crane.
Mama,
promise me.
I will. But surely you can see it would be much easier for Ethan to marry me if he wasn't a Crane.
Teresita, it is not just your feelings or your life that's at stake here.
No. But seeing as how Ethan stood up to his family by canceling his wedding to Gwen, nothing will keep him from marrying the woman he really loves. So, we need some music. Some romantic music.
No, what we need is for things to just settle down. But I'm just so afraid things are only going to get worse. And I don't know, but I just have this feeling that there's trouble coming for Luis and Sheridan. And you, Mija. Trouble for you and Ethan.
We interrupt our programming for a news bulletin. Tragedy has struck the Crane family tonight. Sheridan Crane was killed, shot dead in her home.
Oh my God.
Luis! You're gonna die, Hank. You're gonna die. You're killing him. Stay over here.
I was gonna kill you, Hank. Are you okay? I wanted you dead. I wanted you to pay for letting Sheridan die.
I'm sorry, Luis. I'm sorry.
Go. I want you in the kitchen. I'm going to talk to you. Let's go.
Look, I know you're hurting.
Hurting? My heart's been ripped out, Sam.
And I understand your pain. But you lost it in there, man. You were out of control.
Yeah, I know what I was.
Do you realize how close you came to killing Hank? If I hadn't been here...
You'd be dead.
Hank is not a trained cop. He did the best he could to guard Sheridan. And it's not like he took out a gun and shot her. You have no right to...
I have no right! It's his fault that I lost Sheridan.
Luis!
And you listen to me, Sam. Because I know that if anything ever happened to Grace, you would not stop until you found out who it was. Yeah, that's right. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not going to stop till I found out who shot Sheridan.
Oh, I know. It's quite a shock. I don't believe it. Not Sheridan. She was like a sister to me. I loved her so much. She was so happy I was getting married first. And now we've both been crushed, and by the same family. The Lopez Fitzgeralds. Teresa stole Ethan from me, and Luis didn't protect Sheridan. Well, you have to be strong for Ethan. Right? He's gonna need you now more than he ever has. You're right. I have to be there for him. I'll go to him right now.
Wait.
Not until you're ready.
I know how much Sheridan meant to you.
It's as if I've lost my own child. I practically raised her.
I know she loved you.
Oh, Sheridan has had so much unhappiness in her life. Oh, so many bad dreams. And men who were cruel to her. And now she'll never know the true joy of love, of a family.
Oh, Mama. Sheridan's dead. Luis. Oh, my God. Luis, you must be devastated.
I just knew there was trouble coming. You know, I felt it. I never saw death.
It's just so awful.
Poor Ethan.
I have to go to Ethan.
No. I can't go to Ethan tonight.
Why, Mama?
Because it's too dangerous. The Cranes are probably blaming Luis for not protecting Sheridan, and they will lash out at you too.
Your mother's right, Teresa. Don't.
It might really hurt you, Teresita. Just stay away.
Not a Crane? Ethan, that is a ridiculous thing to say or to even think.
Mother, I was venting. Of course I'm a Crane. I'm just not the kind of Crane grandfather and father are. I mean, I know they're hurting inside. They just don't show any emotion whatsoever.
Well, that's just the way they are.
Yeah, unlike me, who's ready to bust out of here and kill Sam and Luis with my own hands for letting Sheridan die.
Please, Ethan, promise me. Promise me you won't have any confrontation between you and Chief Bennett.
I can't do that, Mother. Sam Bennett is responsible for Sheridan's death. And I'm gonna make sure that he pays for it.
Sheridan's death has given us an opportunity to drive a wedge between Ethan and Teresa.
It will help separate them, there's no doubt. Plus, we can use Ethan's hatred for Luis to rid ourselves of the Lopez Fitzgeralds forever.
Amen to that. For years, Sheridan fought against her Crane heritage, but now, in death, she'll ensure the future of the family.
God bless her.
Indeed.
Goodbye, my dear sister.
I'm gonna get whoever killed Sheridan. I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna cut him down just like they did Sheridan. With no mercy.
If Sheridan was killed by the drug cartel, the FBI will get involved. Interpol. They will find the murderer.
Not if I beat him to it.
Luis, there's no way I'm gonna let you go out there on your own, all right? You are too emotional, too irrational. Look, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna have to ask you for your badge and your gun.
You can have my badge and my gun, Sam. That's not gonna stop me. I'm going after that killer no matter what. If it takes the rest of my life to track that son of a bitch down, I'm gonna do it.
Luis, why don't you go home and get some rest?
I'm not going home. Or anyplace else. I'm not leaving Sheridan.
Thank you. What's wrong?
Luis, listen, man. I gotta tell you, it's killing me. I can't live with this any longer. I gotta tell you.
Tell me what?
Ethan, oh, darling. Gwen hasn't stopped crying. How are you, Ivy? I'm not sure. I'm still numb.
I know how much you loved her.
Sheridan and I
I'm not gonna leave you.
will never leave you, Ethan. Where's Julian? The library. Oh. I think I should go give him my condolences. Oh, Julian. Oh, my deepest sympathies. Oh, she was just so young. It's such a tragedy.
Thank you, Rebecca. That's very kind of you. My only comfort now is knowing that Sheridan's passing will help bring Ethan and Gwen back together again.
You and I do understand each other so well. We both know that the Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away.
Julian Crane.
Mr. Crane, it's Teresa. I'm so sorry to disturb you. But Sheridan's...
Yes?
I'm so sorry. Is Ethan there?
He doesn't want to be disturbed. He's with Gwen.
Gwen's already there.
Yes, of course. She's one of our family.
Would you please tell Ethan that I called?
Well, frankly, Teresa, I'm rather appalled by your behavior.
What? I mean, I was...
Calling at a time like this when our family is grieving, it's not your place to be concerned about Ethan, nor will it ever be your place. Now, I thank you not to phone here again. To put that little gold digger in her place.
Ah, you you and I really are simpatico, as they say in Puerto Vallarta.
Ah, my favorite old haunts.
Yes. Maybe someday we can hunt it together.
First things first.
Oh. Yes, Ethan and Gwen. Yes, you're right. You know, we need to enlist Ivy's help on this, though. Get her on our side.
Who's on the phone, Father?
Just someone wanting to intrude on our grief.
Ivy. I know you want Ethan to marry whomever it is he loves the most. But surely you recognize that this relationship with Teresa is only going to hurt him in the long run. I mean, Sheridan is the perfect example. Look what happened with her. Surely you don't want your own son to die too, do you? Mr. Crane said it wasn't my place to call Ethan, and it would never be my place.
I knew it was right to keep you from going over there. I knew the Cranes would hurt you.
Oh, I'll take that in the living room. Mama. If only Ethan knew he wasn't a Crane. That he wouldn't have to be in that house, and I would be the one comforting him, not Gwen.
You must never tell him. Never.
What do you want to tell us, Hank?
It's about Sheridan. It's what really happened.
Right in here. We're ready to remove the body.
Okay.
No. Nobody's touching her.